Perennial cool season pastures are the backbone of grazing farms in the Northeast. Perennial grasses such as Kentucky bluegrass, orchard grass, meadow fescues, and legumes such as white clover and red clover and bird's foot trefoil make up many of the pastures in our region. These pastures perform the best in the spring and also later in the fall, when our temperatures tend to be more mild, cooler, and also generally wetter. During the hot summer months, July and August, these cool season forages have a reduction in their productivity and sometimes even go dormant. During this dormant period, the overall quality and obviously yield of the pastures decline significantly. Depending on the length of the summer slump, some farms find themselves short on pasture and short on feed during those periods. In an attempt to increase productivity of these feeds during the hot, dry months, we've initiated a project to better understand if irrigation of pastures in the Northeast will help overcome the summer slump productivity issues and also be an economically viable practice for this region. As our climate becomes more extreme, unreliable, and erratic, our farmers need as many practices as possible available to them to help overcome these weather-related issues. Pasture irrigation is just one of those innovative practices that farmers are trying in our region.
Summer sailed in, filled my mind, you see, colored my skin. I must say,
this system here, we have a 10 horsepower pump that's pushing 80 gallons per minute into the field with sprinklers. The system starts off in the center of the field, and you move from the center away towards the outside of the field on a 6-day rotation. The pump holds a 50 psi throughout the entire line, and you move it once a day and do that 6 days a week, and the entire field will get between an inch and an inch and a half depending on how long you run it for. So to test if this irrigation is being successful or not, we go out once a week with heights, 5 random places in the irrigation and 5 in a control that's not being irrigated. We take 3 heights per plot, and we do a pasture yield. So we take a quadrat, which is half a meter squared, and we extrapolate that out to get tons per acre. And so far we've taken 6 weeks of data and 2 pasture rotations so far, and the comeback time on the field is much higher than the control for the irrigation piece.
my fields will emerge. So I went on my feet, and it came up real quick.